Diversity is an integral part of Singapore's fabric. It is what makes our city state unique, enables us to thrive, and gives us a leg up in the global stage.
At CBD, we prefer not to talk too much about numbers. We don't want the metrics to overshadow the value add that diversity brings to organizations. But numbers are a useful proxy on how well diversity is embraced in the boardroom.
We started off in 2012 with only 7.5% of women representation on boards, and today we are about 22.7%. That's a tremendous growth of more than 3 times. And so I think it's not a small growth, it's a huge effort on the part of the CBD as well as the various partners, companies and all other partners working together with CBD.
Original sticking point used to be a mentality problem. The old boy club existed in Singapore in the past like it exists in many other countries. But I have to say that's changed. I think there's a much broader understanding and willingness to embrace not just gender but broader forms of diversity in Singapore today.
Everyone says there's not enough female directors to go around. I completely disagree with that. I think there has to be some conscious effort in building the pipeline of female directors who have the skill sets to contribute.
Women tend to be a lot more reflective, and they say they only step up when they are ready. I think the other view is step up and you will be ready.
One of the things we need to do better with is to give new directors, new women directors a chance. The general mindset that we all suffer from is, for good reason, we all want experienced directors. But that's a chicken and egg problem. If you don't get started, you don't get going. And therefore, we do need to do a better job in identifying and giving a shot and a chance to new women directors.
We are not asking for soft options. I think that's the last thing we want to do. Soft options or saying, okay, you must have it, a number of women on the board. No, we don't want that. We want a situation where you look at what is the requirement for this particular board, of this particular company, what are the experience, skill sets, capabilities required, and then whether there are also women rather than only men being able to perform that. So what I'm saying is that diversity do not have to compromise meritocracy. It doesn't have to. You are appointed very much on your own merits, but you reflect the diversity in your selection process and you give opportunities to those who have the most capabilities or are most able to do the job.
I am one for all diversity, but I think there is a reason for gender diversity. It's the most visible reflection of a company's culture and values. And if you have good gender diversity, it's the first step towards telling people that there's diversity, there's equity, and there's inclusion as a value for the company.
It is actually magical when we find the full board come together and find that there's such a great difference, and yet we are all the same. What do I mean by that? Different in terms of our background, our capabilities. Some of us are of different races, religions. Some of us are of different makeup. It's not just gender. So I think that is very critical, that there is that difference and yet there is the similarity, that we can come together and do a good discussion, a good debate, bring different ideas to the table, different network, and then together create the result we want.
The most significant thing is that the life journey has been very, very different, and the perspectives that the different genders have on the challenges that everybody faces are, I think, quite different, and they help to shape the offerings, the services and the products that we bring to the public.
I think a lot of boards look for members of the board who have great experience and depth in sustainability, in technology. So when they look at candidates, they will ask whether this candidate will add anything to our agenda of moving our needle towards greater sustainability, moving our needle towards leveraging on technology now with artificial intelligence and so on.
I think it's great that ESG is now really kind of high on board agendas, because it is not just a matter of meeting listing requirements or disclosure requirements, but ESG, like done well with good governance, actually helps an organization mitigate risk and help build organizational resilience, and also look at sustainability as a competitive advantage. So I'm really glad to see that this really is rising on a corporate agenda.
The biggest risk to companies today, organizations of all types, is actually that they're not moving fast enough. We do see the need to bring in diversity across all those different spheres.
Well, this is a journey. We're not after metrics, but I think the 5 years has really given us the momentum, but more needs to be done.
The statistics don't mean very much. What is more important is the extent to which one embraces the reality and the true nature of this challenge, which is that we are all human beings, regardless of our background, of our gender, of our race, our creed, our beliefs, and a multitude of other characteristics. And we all have something to offer in framing everybody else's lives, and we can all, I think, help each other